What's going on, guys? This is United WWE coming at you another video. Today I'm going to be talking about WWE NXT, but before I get into that, once again I just want to say sorry for not uploading over the last 2 to 3 weeks. I uploaded for my first time in a good while yesterday. I had a video on Sting. If you want to go check it out, link is in the description below. But yeah, as I said in the other video, I started a new role in work, so things have just been really busy, and I'm trying my best to get back into uploading schedule. But also, guys, I just want to say thank you so much. We hit over 9,300 subscribers, so we really are on the road to 10k. It would be a hell of an achievement to reach 10k. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. But without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it, guys. As I said, I'm going to be talking about NXT in this video. And I'm just going to be talking about really how talent is struggling to get over on the main roster once they come out of NXT. This is just something that's really bothering me. I see a lot of fans getting pissed off about people like Tyler Breeze on Twitter, and just a lot of other people like Emma, and just guys and girls that have come up from NXT and they've just done absolutely nothing on the main roster. So I'm just going to be giving you my views and opinions on why I think that's happening. First of all, I just want to say I absolutely love NXT. It's different, it's refreshing. You know, if you're after watching Raw and SmackDown, you see NXT and it's just completely different. It's easy, you know, it's straightforward. Triple H did a hell of a job with NXT. So you can just tell they focus on the wrestling. They can put storylines together, follow up on the storylines. And yeah, it's just such an easy show to watch. You know, there's no complications. They don't overhype matches. They don't go to extreme lengths that they don't need to go to. You know, it's just simple storylines with great matches, and that's what wrestling should be. You know, great storytelling and entertainment for the fans. As great as NXT is, I really do still think though it has a lot of problems, almost cancers, as if to say, within NXT. You know, there's always this talk about how Vince McMahon hates NXT. I don't think he hates NXT. I just think he's being reasonable. He's looking at it from a view that these guys are never going to get over on the main roster. And when I say these guys, I'm not talking about all of them. I'm going to single out people like Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Nakamura, maybe even Sami Zayn. I might add it to this. You know, we've seen people like Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. There's been a lot of great talent on NXT that has gone on and done well on the main roster. I'm going to add the Wise to that list as well, but if you look at the list of people that have gone on to the main roster and failed miserably, it's probably a bit longer. You know, we got to look at the likes of Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville, Tyler Breeze, Emma, probably stuck for a few more, but you know, a lot have gone on and done well, but there's a high number of them that have completely failed as well, and that shouldn't be happening. They shouldn't be sending these guys up to the main roster unless they're 100%, they have a plan made out for them, they know what they're going to do for them, and you know, there's some direction, and that's not the case, because you know, people disagree with me saying like the likes of Neville have failed and Tyler Breeze have failed, but you know, just look at them at the moment. There's nothing happening with them at all. You know, they're great performers, but they need so much more than that as well. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons why WWE just has no direction for them. Of course, Adrian Neville is injured at the moment, but I'm just talking about if he still was going, you know, fully fit and going ahead, just like the likes of Tyler Breeze and all. I just can't see them going anywhere. I really can't, because first of all, I really don't think either of them have real much personality. I really don't. You know, someone like Adrian Neville, he's a hell of a worker. He can do almost anything in the ring, but if you see him outside the ring, he's not like, even his promos are absolutely horrific, and that's one thing you need to get over. You need to have a good promo. You need to have, especially when you're a babyface, you need to have the fans caring about what you do. And someone like Adrian Neville, people really don't give a shit once he's on the main roster. Let's be honest, guys. If Adrian Neville has a match, I'll watch it because I know he's gonna entertain. He's gonna do crazy shit, but I really don't care if he wins or loses, and that's the problem at the end of the day. People don't care about the outcomes of matches. You're never going to get over if you don't have fans following you that care about if you win or lose. If Adrian Neville loses on SmackDown or Raw, people will go, oh well, what can you do? Well, some fans on Twitter and shit, they'll go over the top, say, oh, Adrian Neville's getting buried every 2 seconds, even though they don't even fucking understand what the word bury means. Fucking I seen a few weeks ago Kevin Owens. I think Adrian Neville got a quick roll up on Kevin Owens, and then after the match, Kevin Owens destroyed Adrian Neville, and they're like, "Oh, Adrian Neville got buried." That's not getting buried. That's Kevin Owens getting heat. He's a fucking heel. That's what heels do. Someone like Adrian Neville he doesn't have any personality that the fans can relate to. I don't know anything about Adrian Neville. Why is he in the WWE? You know, tell us a story. What's his goal? What does he want in the WWE? He's just there. He just wears the purple cape, and we know fuck all about him. Although we know that he can do crazy shit off the top rope and that he's from Newcastle. That's all I know about Adrian Neville. Let us be able to relate to this guy. They're trying to do it with Kalisto at the moment, but it's failing epically as well. All we know is he's someone that wants to be kind of like Rey Mysterio, and he's from Mexico. That's all I know about Kalisto. I really like. They don't tell us enough about these superstars. There's no way you can be able to relate to these superstars. Get to, support these. There's no way you can get behind them if you don't know anything about them. Like back in the day, you had someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin. People could relate to him because he was standing up to his boss, and that's something people always wanted to do. So they had a reason to follow Stone Cold. They knew he was a rebel. He was a tough son of a bitch. That's something people can relate to. How can anyone relate to someone like Adrian Neville? Do you know what I mean? Even Tyler Breeze, look at his gimmick. I know he's a heel, and like heels are supposed to be hated and all that shit, but that's the whole flashy, playboy, whatever you want to call it. It's just not working. It's so old school, and we've seen it with Fandango as well. It just didn't work. Like, I call Tyler Breeze Fandango 2.0 because they did the exact same thing with Tyler Breeze that they did with Fandango, and like, it's just a piss take. It really is. I just feel sorry for these guys like Adrian Neville and Tyler Breeze and even the Wyatts at the moment, because there's no direction for the Wyatts either. Even just thinking of the Wyatts, I'm thinking of Bo Dallas. There's just so many people. Like, I'm not slating. I don't want to slate the Wyatts too much because their gimmick is unbelievable and Wyatt's a hell of a promo. But like, they just lost direction altogether for these guys from NXT. And there's so many people on the main roster as well they just completely lost direction for, that nobody can relate to, and especially the NXT guys. I just think it really is a lot of built up false hope within wholesale when they're doing the tapings and the crowd and how they react to certain superstars, but once they want to get to the main roster, they're just forgotten about because, on the main roster you're swimming with sharks. You know what I mean? It's a whole different ball game on the main roster. I think it's much easier to get over on NXT. I really do. I think the fans nearly cheer for almost anything on NXT. And that's just the way the fans are in NXT. They'll cheer for almost anything. And I can't get that point across enough because I've seen so many shit gimmicks on NXT, but the fans just go crazy for them because I don't know what it is. It's just such a feel-good factor on NXT that the fans, they don't want to... They don't want to put anyone down. They want to see everyone nearly get over, and I just don't think that's the way it should be. And that's why I think the way territories aren't around anymore. I think that's really affecting the wrestling business because we aren't seeing enough guys getting over on their own. They really aren't, because there's so many people in NXT that they just don't have the experience of working crowds all over the world. Like, you look like someone like Finn Balor. He's been all around the world, and then he came to NXT. He's paid his dues. He's gone the extra mile. He's gone to Japan. He's wrestled in England, Ireland, Scotland, fucking all over Europe, all over America, all over Japan. And then he's come to NXT, and he knows what he's in for now when he goes to the main roster. He's not rushing up. I'm not saying the other guys wanted to rush up to the main roster, but once he gets to the main roster, Finn Balor, I'm sure there will be a direction because they know they can trust this guy. They know what to do with someone like Finn Balor. I think other guys have gotten these false reactions from the fans, and they put, the fans must like this person, we're going to put them on the main roster. And once they get there, the fans don't know who they are, and they're not reacting the same way, and that's just killing these guys when they get to the main roster. It really, really is. Then I'm watching WWE Network. I'm watching Breaking Ground. I see Baron Corbin. I'm not pronouncing that. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I'm not sure. But I'm seeing Corbin, and he's saying that, I should be on the main roster. And here's a guy that's only been wrestling for 3 years. He's been in NXT for 2 years maybe. And he thinks he's ready for the main roster. We know absolutely fuck all about this guy. Only that he has long black hair, wears black pants, and likes to ride motorbikes now and again, and he thinks he's a badass. That's all we know about Corbin. And I don't mean to put him down or anything, but that comes back down to the character development. Like, who the fuck are these guys? We don't know anything about them. Oh, we know, like, Corbin just comes across as a wannabe American badass to me. That's all he comes across as. We don't know anything about these guys. Like, what, like, if he went on the main roster, he'd fail straight away. That's just the way it is, guys. You look at the Ascension, that's another one as well. Like, they look like they had potential because the fans and, you know, always hyping them up on NXT, you know, saying these guys really have it. And then they go to the main roster, and people just take the piss out of them now. Joe, I don't know, like, even the booking for them was terrible. The way I think it was the NWO or whoever it was, they did a Raw special, and all the NWO or something just beat the crap out of them, and that was the end of the Ascension. And they've only been on Raw at the time for like 3 weeks. But they just need to give these guys in NXT a bit of more of a chance. But going back to Corbin, he was saying that he wanted to be on the main roster and he deserved to be on the main roster after wrestling in NXT for 2 years and he had no prior experience. That is not good enough. If he went onto the main roster, he would sink. I have no doubt about it. The guy can't even cut a promo. I haven't even heard him talk. As I said, we know nothing about him. And like, I don't want to go into rant mode on this, but it's just the way it is, guys. We don't know enough about these guys coming up. You know, they need to work on their characters. We need to see more people like we had back in the day with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm not saying I want to see like #1 guys coming up, but I want to see someone that stands out, isn't afraid to speak their mind, has a good promo, is pissed off and hungry for success, and will do anything to get to the top. Because at the moment it just comes across that once they get to the main roster, they can switch off and take it easy because they know that they can just be on Superstars or something like that, and that's not good enough. We want to see people hungry to go to the very top, and I hope when we see the likes of Sami Zayn on the main roster more often, when we see the likes of Finn Balor, these are guys that care about professional wrestling and they really want to get to the top, and I think that's what it takes. And I think Tyler Breeze and people like that, they've kind of let themselves down the way because they haven't done enough. Yes, they can blame the WWE creative, but I think they have gone as far as they can with these guys because the fans in NXT and other places like that have just given them false hope, and they've kind of been pushed up before they were even ready. I really do think that's the case. Before they can find out who they are, what their character is all about, you know, be able to cut a promo, they've just been, you know, they've just sank on the main roster. And I'm not even sure if I got the point across I wanted to get in this video, but as you can see, you know, there's a lot of problems in NXT. It looks great, you know, the fans are always happy and stuff like that, but there is a lot of problems that have to be looked at if you want to see a lot more big names and big talent getting over on the main roster from NXT. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I covered a lot of points and topics in this video, and I'm sure you guys may disagree with me or agree, but let me know in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching this video. Peace.